Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a brand new vlog. Today we're going to be talking about simple daily habits that you can do to get you closer to your goals, no matter what your goals are. If you feel as though you are inching closer to your goals on a daily basis, it keeps you more inspired, it keeps you more productive, and honestly, it makes me happier. I am someone where I geek out on productivity. I've always been someone who has created lists, and this year I've decided that I really need to get more organized. I really need to figure out what I want to do with my life. I know that sounds like such a big goal and so daunting, but I'm going to talk to you guys about more specific goals. Like that's like the broader general idea. It's February now, you know, a lot of us get really excited for the new year and we think in 2025, I want to do this. I want to be the fittest version of me that I've ever been. You know, I want to lose weight. I want to get a new job. I want to work for myself. We get so high off of the dopamine of a new year. And you know, as the days go on and January turns into February, turns into March, turns into April, we don't revisit the goals that we have, or we just pick like huge goals, you know, like I want to be rich in 2025. Well, that's cool. And no one's saying that you can't be, but what are you doing on a daily basis in order to help you become rich in 2025? I keep telling myself I've done the groundwork for the past few years to get to where I am, but it's really time for me to level up. So I'm hoping in today's video, I can teach you how to level up, again, doing simple daily habits that will help you get closer to your goals, and that also consequently make your goals feel less unachievable and less scary. It's kind of just taking your goal and breaking it down into little daily things that can take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, however much time you want to spend on it in order to get you closer to your goals, so that at the end of 2025, when we're looking back on this year, we can say, and we can feel like we were the best versions of ourselves that we can possibly be. Let's go ahead and hop back to the beginning of today when I was feeling down and out, I was feeling anxious, I was feeling angry, and I was feeling sad. And then we can fast forward to now. Oh my dove. Oh, do you want to say hi? Say hi to the people. Oh, come on. You jumped up like you wanted to say hi. I'm going to do a deeper dive into my New Year's resolutions because I showed you guys the mood board that I created, but I've been doing a lot of research on envisioning your life, manifesting your life, and I've realized that I need to make my mood board a vision board with actionable items on it. Go ahead. You want to sit next to me? You don't want to sit on me. I get it. I always have a lot of ambitions. Oh my God, my hair looks terrible. I always have a lot of ambitions every year, a lot of goals every year. And I will say, like at the end of each year, I do tick off quite a few, but I don't really realize it until I get to the end of the year and I look at my list. I'm definitely guilty of brain dumping all of my goals, like being mindful of them in the back of my head, but not really looking at them. So if you're someone where, you know, January, you wrote down all of your New Year's resolutions. You have like a list of things that you want to do, but you kind of feel like I feel a little overwhelmed. January came and went and you didn't really do any of the things that are getting you closer to those goals that you set when you were really excited to set those goals in January. And this might be the video for you. I'm going to mention it one last time. I might mention it again though, so this might not be the last time, but I did read Atomic Habits. I tend to read it in the weeks between Christmas and New Year's every year, just because it puts me in a really good mental space, things that I want to do and how I can achieve them easily. I'm using the lessons that I learned in that book to kind of like structure this video because that's how I've structured my life, doing the habits that help kind of like put me in a better mindset. I like to start my day off with a cup of coffee and journaling. I am someone where every day I wake up very anxious. I wake up and the first thing that I do is I run through all of the things that I need to do within a day, which is not good for me. It makes me more anxious than I already am. And it doesn't let me just be at one with myself and kind of like feel myself out. So what I've been doing is in the morning, I've been waking up, I've been journaling, I've been writing a lot about my dreams recently because I feel like I just have crazy dreams on a daily basis, and it's been hard for me because I either have nightmares or I dream as though I'm living my life, so I'm kind of not getting restful sleep. I feel like I'm awake 24/7, So waking up, journaling, writing down my feelings has just been a really good way for me to release any of the nervous energy that I have and kind of set intentions for the day, what I want to do for my day. We're going to talk about it in just a minute, and like kind of just how I want to show up that day, pivoting my mindset and just creating the mindset that is a healthier one for me. I've also been taking time out to really plan what it is I want to film for you guys. So I've created a Google Drive doc, and each day I just do a brain dump of creative ideas that I have and kind of like organizing my thoughts so that when I sit down to record, I have a better plan ahead. Because sometimes, I've come to the realization that for me, I've always been such a planner, and it is something about myself that I have resisted over the past year because I thought that planning things out made me more anxious and just too anal. But planning ahead for me takes the thought process out of my action process, if that makes sense, and just helps me do things. We're going to talk about this a little bit more later, but if you are someone where you overthink things, maybe just like journaling helps, and also planning out your day or planning out things that you're going to do just so you have a plan of action. It has helped me immensely with my overthinking and my anxiety. And then, of course, moving your body. I get at least 10,000 steps every day. I go on the treadmill for a good hour. Sometimes you just got to move your body to work out your emotions, to work out your feelings, to gain some clarity in your mind. I find that I come up with the most creative ideas, and I am releasing the most stress when I'm exercising or just walking on the treadmill. I mean, ideally, I would be walking outside because the outdoors really helps me to be present, but recently, I've been walking on the treadmill just to get my steps. I've been editing my videos while I walk on the treadmill just to boost my productivity because I do spend so much time on the treadmill. Like I said, I do walk for an hour, but sometimes I'll just listen to a podcast. Sometimes I'll call my mom. Sometimes, I will just zone out and walk, whatever I need on any given day. But walking and moving your body has been the best therapy for me. A big part of productivity for me is playing the part or role of someone who I imagine is productive. Okay, that might sound crazy, but bear with me for a minute. The best analogy to explain this is to imagine yourself as the main character in your life. I mean, because technically you are. Ever since I was a little girl, I imagined myself working, doing big things in big girl high heels, and pushing myself and others to be the best version of ourselves. In my mind, visualization plays a big role in manifestation and how I personally feel on a daily basis. To me, a productive woman is someone who takes care of herself mentally by journaling, physically by walking, exercising, and eating healthy, and by putting in a bit of time to look her best. It may seem superficial, but I feel very different on days where I stay in my pajamas versus days where I decide to wake up and get ready for the day with a bit of makeup and an outfit I wouldn't go to sleep in. If I feel ready to take on the day, I feel more empowered to do the harder things. I'm working on a healthier relationship with productivity, okay? But for me, the more I get done in a day, the happier I am. So putting a bit of makeup on pushes me to film more content and, believe it or not, be a bit more present because it takes the focus of my appearance out of my mind's equation because I carved out a bit of time in my day to focus on how I look already, and I don't feel self-conscious about my red skin or, my uneven eyebrows. If you put a little effort in the beginning, it creates more brain space. At least that's how I view it. Beauty will always be a part of my wellness. It's an easy way to put effort into myself without having to dig deep and do the hard work like I, do when journaling or meditating. And if a chunk of time passes without putting effort into my appearance, I don't know about you, but I feel it mentally and it takes a toll on me. Can you relate to that? I feel like it's been a minute since I've showed you my outfit, but this is the fit. This is like the oldest H&M dress. It's like a sweater dress that I've owned. It's got to be like at least 15, if not more, years old. I'm wearing my J. Crew, this little vintage. It gives me like vintage YSL. I'm sorry that I keep saying that because that might confuse you. It is not YSL. It is from J. Crew. But this is the fit. I'm wearing my Bruno Magli heels. And I put on the ittiest bit of makeup. I'm loving this lip. I will put everything that I use down below in the description. And oh my God, look how angry this planet on my head is. My hair is still wet, so we're gonna hope that she doesn't dry too poofy. But this is the most I've gotten dressed on the weekends in weeks. So I'm definitely feeling better. Let's go ahead and head on to lunch with mi familia. I hope you guys can hear me. I've been waiting for the last 10 minutes for my neighbor to stop blowing his driveway. There are no leaves on his driveway, yet he is just using one of those like leaf blowers nonstop. But I wanted to give you guys the rundown on my journaling. Like I mentioned this morning, I wanted to tell you guys some like journaling techniques that I've been doing in case this can be helpful for anyone else. Now, I mentioned this in a previous video, but when I put too many parameters around a certain habit, I find that I am reluctant to do it. So the easier that I can make things, the more flexibility I have around my habits, the more likely I am to do them. So in 2024, I wanted to journal more, but I didn't really journal because I used to say I need to do 10 minutes. I would time 10 minutes. And sometimes I feel like the 10-minute pressure made me freak out and like not be able to just fluidly write like consciously what was coming out of my head and put it onto paper. It kind of put too much pressure on me. Then I pivoted to it just being a page. And finally, you know, I've just come to the conclusion that in 2025, when I journal, I'm just gonna write however much I feel like writing that day. So something that I've been doing is I have been picking 2 intentions every single day. My intentions are kind of like mini tasks that I can do towards my greater goals of 2025. I kind of just sat down with my thoughts and did a brain dump for all of my goals. Personal goals, career goals, health goals, whatever goals. Buy a home, build a garden, have 10,000 YouTube subscribers, but really I just want to grow my YouTube channel and kind of just expand it to reach more people and kind of just have more conversations about meaningful things. That's kind of just what I want this channel to become. Become a sommelier, learn Italian, read 1 book per month. So those 3 things were kind of more like knowledgeable, self-improvement kind of things. And then I have more generic, like personal things. Be more present, be more grateful, be more optimistic, spend more one-on-one time with family, host a dinner party, find a therapist, slow down, yoga, Pilates, meditate, journal, declutter, minimalism. So what I did was, and I took this idea from Tamara. I will link her video here as well as down below, but she uploaded a video called How to Make 2025 your dream year. And I will put a timestamp down below on when she was talking about her intention. She said to look at your list of all the goals that you want to accomplish this year and pick the ones that will change your life the most. So out of all the goals I just read to you, the ones that will change my life the most are buying a home. So that was number 1. Number 2 is growing my YouTube channel, because this brings me such joy and such happiness and such fulfillment, and I really want more of that in my life. And I do believe that this will bring me more opportunities so long as I keep persevering and doing it, reaching more people. Number 3 is one-on-one time with my family. I really do find that that will also be something that brings me more fulfillment and happiness. And number 4 was to find a therapist, because in my mind, if I find a therapist, she can teach me how to slow down, how to be more grateful, how to be more present, and how to be more optimistic. So those are the 4 things: buying a house, growing my YouTube channel, one-on-one time with my family, and finding a therapist. And so then every day, what I do when I sit down to journal is I will pick 2 intentions. Now my intentions are intertwined with my goals for the year. So today what I wrote down was February 1st, 2025. My 2 intentions were: 1, finding a home, finalize the open houses tomorrow. Mike and I are going to go to a couple open houses tomorrow. Actually, I think that there's 3. So I just want to finalize them today, figure out what time we need to leave, what time we'll be home by, and kind of just like schedule it into my day tomorrow. Then my second intention is my YouTube channel. I woke up this morning and I actually filmed an introduction of just a random like vlog. I don't know what we're doing this weekend, just hang out with me. But I realized that I think I need to be a little bit more specific in what it is I'm doing. So while I love my vlogs, I think I want to cater my vlogs to being a little bit more catered to a specific topic. My intention was to focus on my YouTube channel, make a film list for today, and create actionable items, which is exactly what I did. I then wrote about a page, almost 2 pages of just my thoughts. Now last night I had a dream about my dad, and I woke up and I was a little anxious. I was a little irritated. I feel anxious and irritated today. Why? I had a dream about my dad last night, and while it was scary in the beginning, in the end he was dancing and happy to see me. I miss the love he had for me. I miss what life felt like when he was here. I'm angry. I always feel anxious, stuck, watching my life pass me by. I always thought I'd be a career woman. I never wanted kids, but always was ambitious in different ways. I want to work for myself. How? I've worked my ass off to get to where I am in my career, but I'm really struggling to create that balance between my work life and personal life, because I am just always such an ambitious ambitious person with whatever it is. Like if I'm trying to get into my fitness, if I'm trying to get into more of my career, and you know, it's not even my career, that's the issue, it's my mentality behind my YouTube channel. So it's like, why can't I view this as a business? Why can't I be the career woman I want to be, not only in my corporate job, but also in my side hustle? So I just wrote about that, tap into the young woman who used to have big dreams. I'm still her. I just need to not be afraid. I think about my 20-something-year-old self, my 22, 23, 24, and I was so fearless. I've always lost people throughout my life. I lost my grandfather. I lost my dad's dad, my other grandpa, when I was a young kid. So I've always known about loss, and there's always been that forefront of life is so short there with me. You know, losing my dad kind of like really made me a bit more sheltered, as well as COVID, and I just don't feel as though I am the dreamer that I used to once be. I kind of just want to tap into her, navigate my life a little bit better. I'm a sounding board for so many women in my life and so many women here on YouTube, and I kind of just want to be my own soundboard, if that makes sense. So just kind of like mother myself the way that I mother others, and kind of just not be afraid, because in reality I have nothing to lose. And Tamara referenced this in her video, but this is like a famous quote: the definition of insanity is doing things the same way that you've always done them and expecting a different outcome. So in 2025, I kind of just want to hone in on the things that I enjoy, like making my YouTube channel more of a business-like thing, just in my head. I don't think nothing really is going to change for you guys watching, except maybe to just kind of cater my content to be more specific and not just like, you know, oh, we're just spending the weekend together, but like we're spending the weekend together, we're gonna work on this. Like in this vlog, we're spending the weekend together, but I'm gonna talk about productivity. So that's just kind of been the journaling, you know, that I have done. So I showed you guys the mood board that I created in the beginning of 2025. The overall feeling that the mood board gave me was calmness. Put actionable items as to how I can achieve the mood board feeling. So overall, the calm feeling really means that I need to focus on my mental health a little bit more this year. Habits that I can do in order to focus on my mental health are journaling, minimize my phone use in the morning. I wake up and the first thing I do is I check my phone in the morning, and I really need to stop doing that, because a lot of the times I get so many emails overnight, whether it's related to my corporate job, whether it's related to my YouTube channel, and I just find that waking up, checking my email and reading things that I need to do, it gets my brain 10 miles ahead of me. And instead of doing that, I really think I need to wake up in the morning and kind of just feel myself out and think like, how am I feeling today? Just get more in tune with who I want to be that day, and journal, set my intentions. So I really want to minimize my phone use in the morning. I really need to go to therapy. So finding a therapist is definitely up there on my to-do list. I know we're all sick of me talking about it. I am also, you know, included, but I'm definitely going to put one of my intentions this upcoming week to try and find a therapist. I want to minimize the clutter around me. I just find like all of the crap around me just makes me really anxious, and I really think leading a more minimalistic life will help me to just declutter my home and declutter my brain, organize my days. Like I said, I think I need to start organizing my days a day before, because I wake up in the morning and I feel so anxious, and I'm kind of just like, well, I have all these things to do. How am I going to do them? So just kind of being more organized and thoughtful with my day ahead, which again can also lead into my intentions, kind of like setting mini goals each day. Yoga, meditation, practicing gratitude. I definitely want to start putting like things that I'm grateful for. Start the day with my intentions and maybe end the day journaling with what happened that day that I'm grateful for. Having more of a work-life balance. I've been really good at putting on my do not disturb on my phone. We talked about this in my last vlog, but do not disturb has been really great for me. It's not like I'm not going to check my email. It's not like I'm not going to check, you know, what's going on and what needs to be done outside of your typical business hours. But I can kind of do it on my own terms. Just the constant like notification and pinging from my phone. Just, I feel like I have no off switch. And again, I think that work-life balance needs to be a bigger discussion for me. I do think that I will get ahead in life if I have a little bit more rest and a little bit more time to kind of just create clarity and space in my brain. Another thing that I picked up from my mood board is my home. Mike and I are always on Zillow. We live on Zillow. We went to lunch with my family today. I had Zillow open and I was looking to see if there are any open houses. So I just am continuing to look on Zillow, continuing to go to open houses, which we're gonna do together tomorrow. Declutter our home and make our house more of a home. I just find like Mike and I are so ready to move, and I've talked about this before, but we're kind of like neglecting our house. So I think decluttering, cleaning, all that kind of stuff will kind of just raise the vibration, let the world know that we're grateful for what we have, but we're ready for the next step. Learning Italian was also a really, really big one on my mood board, and I'm just gonna take a lesson every day. Right now I'm doing Duolingo. If you have any suggestions on how you have learned a language, please be sure to let me know down below in the comments. But right now I'm gonna take a lesson on Duolingo every day, and then I'm gonna take one sentence, write it in my journal, and try to say it in my head and say it out loud throughout the day so that I can really cement a sentence in my head each day. I know a lot more Italian right now than I knew 2 years ago, but I just think like consistency is really key. So I just want to be a little bit more consistent with it. Family was also a really big thing on my mood board. So again, I want to spend more one-on-one time. I put a target for at least once a month to go and get lunch with my grandma or go and get coffee with my sister. Really want to go get my tarot card reading, and I know that my aunt would love that. Go visit my mom, just stuff like that. I want to call my mom a little bit more. I typically call her maybe once a week, so I put a goal here is to call my mom twice a week because I feel more grounded and I feel more at peace when I am in closer connection with my family. So I think that that's important, and kind of just make plans. Reading. Yeah, I really enjoy reading, and I find that my vocabulary is not great, but my vocabulary has definitely gotten better in the last year because I have been reading more books and because my husband loves to teach me new words on a daily basis, mainly because I always mispronounce things or use things incorrectly. And then YouTube. This is my last and final thing. It wasn't really on my mood board, but it is something that is really, really important to me. I want to do more film scripts. So again, kind of like getting down to the nitty-gritty on what it is I want each video to be. I want to plan out ideas ahead of time. Today's Saturday, and I wanted to plan out what it is I was filming Friday. This way I can kind of think about it, be a little bit more prepared, think about like inserts that I can do, educate myself more. I've been doing a lot more research on SEO and just following along YouTube channels that help me be a little bit more educated on how I can get more viewers or get, more creative ideas for my YouTube channel. So just kind of like expand on this hobby instead of just hitting record every day, just kind of have a better game plan and be a little bit more strategic with it. And then I really want to get back into short form content. I love long form content, but it would be silly of me to sit here and say that short form content doesn't drive more viewers to my YouTube channel. So I want to start making lists of short form content that I can use to kind of just back up my long form content. You will see short content from me shortly. If there's anything specific that you would like to see though, please be sure to let me know down below in the comments. I would love to hear from you guys. And I hope you know and that you feel that I want to bring to you guys what it is you want to see. That is all my journaling. Those are all of my intentions. That's how I've gotten a little bit more specific on what it is I want from my life and my year this year. Let me know down below, do you like this kind of productivity style, like information? I've always just like been a planner, such a dreamer, but I've always struggled with the execution of it all. I am really consistent with my YouTube channel. There is no doubt about that. And I am so proud of myself for uploading twice a week. I just want to give myself a little bit more credit. And I think I've been doing this long enough that I have like what is that saying? Mike's gonna laugh at me. A notch in my belt? I don't know. But I kind of have been doing it so long that I can like put it in my back pocket and say, yeah, you know what? I am a YouTuber. Yeah, you know what? I do talk about lifestyle content. Yeah, I do try to empower other women to become better versions of themselves and feel confident enough to feel as though they have a voice, because we all have a voice. Feeling confident is doing your hair, is, doing your makeup, is feeling good in the clothes that you wear. Like, yeah, things can seem materialistic, but it's so much more than that. What you see and the effort that you put on the outside definitely translates to how you feel on the inside. Let me know down below, do you journal every day? What are some like journal prompts that you use? I would love to hear. I'm really enjoying the intentions and kind of just putting how I'm feeling and the feminist rage that I have had recently. I don't enjoy the feminist rage, but I do enjoy putting down my angry, anxious, irritated thoughts into my journal. Because this morning I really thought I was gonna have a hard time getting past all the anxiety that I felt today, but writing it down and getting it off my chest like really, really helped. And I feel as though a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. I'm feeling so productive. I just filmed my empties video and I wasn't gonna film it, but we got home and we had a few hours before, we need to go to dinner with Mike's family. I just sat here in the kitchen. I did like get rid of that chair. I did kind of like spruce this up a little bit, so it did look a little bit better, but I just decided to film a video because I did prep for this video. So this is just like a good reminder when I'm a little bit more organized. I don't need to spend as much time like doing the thing. So I had put all of my empties in here, which they are now recycled, but I threw them all in here. I was sitting upstairs and I was hemming and hawing on like what it is I could be doing that was productive, because I mean, it is great, but it's also kind of to my detriment that I am like this because I can't like sit still. I just can't. Like even when Mike and I are sitting on the couch, like I have to be editing a video, I have to be reading a book, I have to do something productive. So Mike was like, I'm gonna go lay in bed. Do you wanna go lay in bed? And I was like, no, I can't lay in bed, I need to be productive. So I took my planner out, looking at a post-it that I put in my planner about like upcoming video ideas and like what I could be uploading. And I saw that empties was one of them. And I thought, well, I have all of them conveniently in this little travel-y thing, so why don't I just bring them downstairs, sit in the kitchen for a change of scenery, and just give you guys an empties. And, you know, no secret, I'm trying to be a little bit more minimalistic. We literally just talked about this because it is a goal of mine in 2025. So while I did talk about empties, I kind of like curated it to be, I'm trying to be more minimalistic. Let's go through my empties. I'll tell you what I would buy, what I wouldn't buy, because I'm trying to be that person where like when I run out of my serum, I go and I just repurchase the serum that I was using. Like I just want to have like those holy grail items and just repurchase them. I love trying new things, I do, but I don't know. I feel like 7 out of 10 times I try something and I don't love it, and then I'm like stuck with this thing. Like this past week, I went to work, had to hustle to get on the bus quickly, and I forgot to put sunscreen on. So I went to Target and I was like, let me buy some sunscreen. And I bought a CeraVe SPF 50. It was actually terrible. Now, mind you, why did I do that? When you guys know me, I have like 4 sunscreens that I love. I'm loving the Kiehl's, their serum sunscreen right now. I love my Dr. Dennis Gross Ultra Facial Sunscreen, SPF 50, all of them. I also really love my Neutrogena Clear Face SPF 50. And I also really love my La Roche-Posay. So why did I go and buy the CeraVe one? I put it on my face. It literally looked like I took this receipt and put it on my face. That's how white my face was. And I am pretty pale to begin with, but I looked like a ghost, I kid you not. I was in the bathroom at work. I had to put so much bronzer on my face and I put so much makeup on that day that I was cursing myself. So it was kind of just like a friendly reminder that if it's not broke, don't fix it. I love beauty. I will always talk about beauty. I will always talk about skincare because it is definitely a part of my mental health and a part of who I am. But I don't want to be like that channel that you go to find out about the latest and greatest beauty products. I haven't been that channel in a really long time. Like I love Tati Westbrook, but I'm not a Tati Westbrook of the world. I just want to like represent, I'm not normal, because that's not like a nice word. I shouldn't say that other people are abnormal, but I want you to be able to come here and me to represent us. Your average, everyday, 9 to 5 woman who's trying to do her best and like level up in all facets of her life while also trying to stay sane, which sometimes I'm hanging on by a thread, but you know, I just want to talk about more relatable things. So I hope that you feel as though you come here for those relatable things. I'm not going to curate this channel into something that I'm not and into someone that I'm not going to be. A part of productivity for me this year is really focus on the things that are important to me and kind of just like shed the layers of who I'm not in 2025. So, you know, sometimes leveling up doesn't mean adding on, it means getting rid of some things. And I'm sorry that I didn't take you to lunch. I was just like so excited to see my family. I haven't seen my family. It's February 1st today and I haven't seen my family all year. So it was, I don't know. I kind of like felt shitty about it because one of my big goals this year is to spend more quality time with my family, and the whole first month went by and I didn't spend any time with my family. But I need to give myself the grace because I started February off on a high note. We got together and January was not a great month for me, as we all know. So I'm just gonna let it slide, you know? Sometimes being productive means cutting yourself some slack so that you can do better going forward. So I'm gonna do better going forward. I promise myself. I'm sitting here trying to plan for what it is we're gonna eat tomorrow and kind of just like what I'm gonna meal prep for the week. So what I do is I take my planner and I'm gonna put a post-it note on my planner. I don't know, I just like to put what it is I meal prep on post-it notes. So I think I'm gonna do chia seed pudding because I kind of like do that every single day. It's just something easy to take to work. I'm gonna do my autumn yogurt. I'll probably do my cannelli bean soup just because it's so easy. But I'm trying to think like what else. So I like to do Post-its because then I can just like look through my planner like I'm doing right now and get like inspiration for things that I've made in weeks past. Probably make a Greek salad. I feel like that's kind of a given. I made banana bread yesterday. So far, I have chia seed pudding, I have autumn yogurt, cannelli bean soup, and snack packs, and I'm just gonna leave that here. And that's a good start so that when I go to the food store after we go to yoga tomorrow, I will be better prepared for what it is I'm gonna buy. It's just good to be a little more organized because I can think in my brain like how I wanna plan these out, and then tomorrow when I'm in the kitchen, I could just look at my planner, look at my Post-it notes, and I don't have to think about it, you know? The best way for me to be productive is to take the thought process out of the action items. So I think about it ahead of time. This way when I go to do the damn thing, I can just do the damn thing and I don't have to think about it. Also, if you're someone where you hold yourself back from fear, think about the fear and get it out. Like journal about it or write about it or whatever. This is how I started my YouTube channel. Like I would take the time, and I'm trying to get back to this because I haven't really been thinking about it ahead of time as much as I used to, but I used to like think about every little thing. Granted, like sometimes you can get stuck in the planning. You know, action is the most important thing because without action, you don't get things done. Sometimes planning can be a form of procrastination if you plan for too long, and I've definitely been guilty of that. But when I first started my YouTube channel, I was terrified of putting myself out there. Just like I was terrified of putting myself out there when I first started my fashion blog. Sit on my computer, open a Word doc, and just write all the things that I was gonna do, like step by step. It was a little excessive, but I would do step by step, like what makeup look I was gonna use. I'd write down all the makeup products, so on and so forth. So that when it came time to doing the action, I didn't have to think about it. It took the anxiety and the nervousness out of it. I don't know if this makes sense, but it's definitely something that works for me. As someone who is anxious, sometimes I am an overthinker. It depends on the circumstance and the situation. If I can get all the thinking out of things, like even when it comes to working out, like I follow Sydney Cummings, her workout plans. Granted, I have been sprinkling other workouts in here and there, but I'm someone where I like group exercise, okay? Or a class, whether I'm doing it by myself, whether I'm doing it with other people, because it takes the thinking out of it. I just show up in the basement or I show up at yoga and I just follow what I'm told to do. I don't need to think about it, I just do it. And I find that sometimes, or most of the time, thinking can get in the way, whether it's overthinking, whether it's not thinking enough. So I hope that that helps with maybe your productivity mindset, or maybe shedding some light into why I do things the way that I do them and how my brain thinks. Well, the house hunting was a complete and utter fail. We went to 4 open houses and only one of them we went into. The house itself I thought was nice, but the backyard was literally like a schoolyard. It was a no-go for us, but I thought we could continue on the productivity train by decluttering my vanity. I like this to just be tidy and neat, and like I kind of like to go through my things on Sundays and get an idea of the kind of makeup that I want to wear that week. I have these little plastic things in here. You guys have seen my vanity before, but I'm gonna scoot you in. We're gonna clean inside, up top, and I'll kind of give you like a quick rundown of things that I like, things that I don't like, you know, what I would suggest and what I wouldn't. So let's go ahead and do that right now. I hope this is focused. I hope you can see, but let's go through my vanity. Oh my God, that rhymed. I have my foundations and concealers in here. Dior concealers. Honestly, I really love the Dior Backstage. I don't really love this one as much, but it is what it is. I'm thinking this week I want to use the Sephora Reveal the Real Soft Radiant Skin Tint. So I think I want to use this. Another skin tint that I love is this Beauty Bounce Splendor. I've just been playing a bit more with foundations because it makes me a little bit more excited to wake up, sit down at the vanity, do my makeup for the day. I also have this, the Slip Tint by Say. It makes my skin a little bit too oily in the spring and the summer, but maybe I'll try this. I'll try these two. I'm not gonna wear this to work because this is a bit full coverage, but the NARS Radiant Longwear foundation. I'm gonna put the things that I want to use closer to me. So now when I open the dresser, my skin tint, the Say Beauty, and concealer that I'm going to use are all towards the front. So I just don't have to dig back here to get things. This is my cream section. This is not cream. This is my NARS Laguna bronzer. So I'm going to move her over to the next section, which is powdered. I have all of my cream blushes. You guys know I love Merit, Persimmon, Stockholm, and Rouge, which is a beautiful red. Opened a new Lancome Lash Idol. I'm going to put this up here. I'll show you later. And then I just have contour sticks. I'm still holding on to this one for dear life. And then I have the Rare Beauty one. I love MAC Glow Play blushes. I have my Tower 28 blushes, my NARS Laguna bronzer. It's a cream bronzer. I haven't really been using that because I love things like this. The copper stick from OG, so good. And then I have all of my OG products. I'm trying to think, like, should I get rid of this highlight stick? I really don't use it. It's pretty, kind of like a more gold. Maybe I'll give it a chance. Maybe I'll just try it this week and I'll report back. Merit bronzer stick that I've been using every single day. So far I'm not really getting rid of anything, but honestly, I have really whittled down my collection. It can definitely be whittled down more, but I tend to put products that I love in my vanity. Now we have the powder section. NARS Dolce Vita blush. I'm not gonna get rid of that. Am I gonna get rid of any of these things? No, I just have like a lot of highlighters. I really liked this and I don't use this too much, but this is the Patrick Ta. I love that it has a cream contour and a powder bronzer. Maybe I'll use that this week. My Sephora collection blush. Oh God, it's so pretty. I got this in their advent calendar. So let me just like make it look prettier, organize this a bit better. I would like to use this a bit more, so maybe I'll put this in the front. If I had to pick like the best highlighter that's not discontinued, I would pick this one. This is Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. I love that it has all different ones in here. It's just super convenient. And then over here, this is kind of where we get into like the mishmash of it all. I don't really know what's in here. I have my Dior Backstage Contour. This is discontinued. I also have my Charlotte Tilbury. Honestly, I might get rid of this. I think I'm gonna donate this to someone. I'm gonna get rid of that. My Hourglass, I don't love this either, but I feel like I need to give it a better chance. So I'm gonna hold on to this. If I don't use this in the next couple months, I will donate that too. So I'll leave those two back there. I love my Hourglass brushes, although I don't really feel like I need to keep them in here. I have so many brushes in here. Lovecraft Beauty, I love this bronzer. I'm gonna put it in my IKEA dresser because I'm gonna finish up my Laguna bronzer. Chelsea Girls by NARS, a lip gloss that I have not opened yet. Maybe I should just open her. Lord knows I don't need to open another gloss, but I really like this color for my crease of the eye, and also this one, so I'll leave that in here too. And I do like this highlight. This is Pat McGrath Celestial Odyssey. I'll leave my brushes in here. I'm just gonna leave it like that, and then I gotta figure out what to do with this lip gloss. I haven't been putting anything on my eyes, but I was using this excessively for all of December. I use this almost every single day, so I'm definitely gonna keep that in there. And then you guys know, I'm not gonna show you these, but my two NARS palettes, these are discontinued. My concealer brush by e.l.f. This is the Flawless Concealer Brush. Put that back up there. Oh, I use this a lot too. Bobbi Brown. This is in Moonstone. Oh my God, it's so freaking pretty. Oh my God, yeah, okay. I need to use that. Why do I have lip liners in here? But I have the Bobbi Brown in Nude. Did I use this? I think so. And Anastasia Beverly Hills in Muted Mauve. And I just have all of my caviar sticks. Givenchy Prism Libre powder that I'm holding up for dear life. I don't love Gwen Stefani's glitter. I just find like it gets everywhere. I just haven't really been putting any eyeshadow on, but maybe I should start putting some eyeshadow on so that I can work through some of these items. So I'll leave that as is. These are all of my like everyday brushes that I love. I'm not gonna touch it. Oh, I was looking for this. My castor oil. And then for lip liners, I need to put these in better order here. Problem is that I have too many of them. This is done, this brow is. Let's move on to on top of my vanity. I have this plastic guy and it has a bunch of lipsticks. I don't think I'm gonna get rid of any of these lipsticks, but I kind of just wanna organize this a bit better because it is a total disaster. I don't like this concealer. This is the L'Oreal True Match concealer, but I opened it, so I'm gonna use it. Oh, I really haven't been using this either. Okay. I have a lot of lipsticks like everywhere. I have every NYX, or no, these are the e.l.f. O Face lipsticks Under the Sun. So I like to keep them all together. So that is what I'm gonna do. But like honestly, I sit down and I forget like what's here. Like, do I put all the reds together? The pinks together? What is this? Pillow Talk, KKW, oh God. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have enough room for all of these things. And I have serums in here. So I have my Dr. Wang Nourishing Youth Serum. I have my Medicube PDRN. I'm gonna leave those there. Charlotte Tilbury Collagen Superfusion Oil. I don't really like it, but I bought it, so I will use it. I definitely don't need this brush. I never use it. I like this lip brush. I also never use that though too. And then why do I have a little, like a screen tappy? So I'm gonna put that on my desk because that's not necessary for this moment in time. Put my lipsticks back here. My NARS lip gloss was my Clinique Black Cherry. Where did the NARS one go? The the NARS lipstick. I'm losing my mind. I just had it, didn't I? Did I drop it? Oh, I dropped it on the floor. Duh. Okay, and I'm gonna put my NARS lipstick in Breathless in here as well. And then back here, I have all of my Maybelline lifter glosses. I have so many of these. I have 4 of them. Amber, which is a really nice peachy nude. Ice, pinky clear. Gummy Bear, milky pink. And Stone, which is a darker kind of like nude brown. So I'm gonna go from lightest to darkest back here. And maybe I'll bring one of those to work this week. And we have a little bit of space in here, which is nice. And I'm gonna put my Beauty Blender there. And then over here, I have my Toleraine by La Roche-Posay. It's a really nice facial cream. La Roche-Posay SPF 50 that I'm not using at this very moment. I've been using this on repeat. The Kiehl's Better Screen UV Serum. So good. SPF 50. I love this. I've been using this all winter. Very hydrating, yet very thin on the skin. Peach and Lily Facial Mist. It's nice, but I use it as like a skincare mist. I don't like it to set my makeup. It makes my makeup look too dewy for me. But Magic Molecule. This is a skin cleanser. It's like an antimicrobial spray. So if you ever get like an itchy face or whatnot, this is supposed to help. Makeup Setting Spray by Morphe. So let's just rearrange this with setting sprays there. And then put my La Roche-Posay there, put that there. And then I have this, which has a bunch of brushes, some makeup over here. So I'm actually going to, what am I gonna do? Let's go through this. I have my Gucci brow pencil. I have this brown eyeliner. I have a bunch of brow products. This is definitely done. I'm gonna get rid of this. This is the Grande Brow 2-in-1. I hated this until it started to dry out, and then I actually liked it. I love e.l.f. brow products. This is just like a clear brow gel with a brush. It's so nice. It gives you very like laminated looking brows. And then this is my quick throw it on my brows and go e.l.f. Wow Brow. Kind of running low on this too though. Like this is pretty dry. I think I'm gonna get rid of this too. Then I have a bunch of brow brushes, which I like to leave in here. So let me get all my brow stuff out of here. NYX Lift and Snatch pens. I have the JoWa Precision Brow Pencil. Love the Honeybee Gardens Fine Point Brow Pencil in the shade Walnut. It's such a good color for me. Let's put that all in there. So that's all my brow stuff. Let's put mascara. I don't love this. This kind of sucks. This is the e.l.f. No Budge Shadow Stick. It's like such a pretty color, but leaves my skin looking a bit textured. Got to be. I like to use this for my little like stray hairs when I put my hair back, my baby hairs. So just kind of like organizing things a little bit better. Bunch of brushes in here. These are my smaller brushes. These are my larger brushes. I'm gonna put that one in there. Keep them for now. See what I use, see what I don't use. My skincare brush. Oh, I love this by EOS. I don't know. I always like buy this, rebuy this. This NYX Jumbo Pencil. I'll just leave it for now. I'll put that in the first one. I'll put that there. I'll put that there. I'm gonna hang my Tweezerman eyelash curler off of there. And then I'll show you guys what my vanity looks like now. So this is what my vanity looks like. I mean, this is like stained, so please ignore that. I did wipe this down, but just ignore. I'm gonna get a new vanity when Mike and I leave. When we move eventually, but I have my coaster, I have my fan, because Lord knows I'm always overheating in the morning because I'm running. Lighted mirror, my lip liners, my everyday brushes that I love. Here's all the lipstick, e.l.f. O-Face lipsticks, Charlotte Tilbury. I put the reds in the front, I don't know why. And then nudes here, my glosses in the back. Here's all of my skincare, setting spray. And then this, we did a pretty good job of cleaning a lot out of that, but this is it. This is what my vanity looks like. And then on the inside, pull out my dresser. This is what we got. So the items I want to use this week, all of my cream products, all of my powder products, brushes, face palettes, eyeshadows, powders. I don't know, this I kind of just throw anywhere. And then I have my skincare stuff over here. So that is what the inside of the vanity looks like. Organized and zen, and I feel very excited to sit here tomorrow, drink my coffee, and paint my face before going to work. But I'm gonna go ahead and laser hair removal the rest of my body that I did not get to before Mike and I went house hunting today, but this is the vanity. One of the most productive things that I have taken up recently is meal prepping. It's just great for Mike and I
it just takes, again, the guesswork, the thought work out of like, what are we going to eat tonight, because we've thought about it the night before. So Mike is currently making dinner tonight. Oh my God, the dinner that he's making, I am drooling just looking at it. I will show you as soon as he's done what he's making. But while he's cooking dinner for tonight, I'm meal prepping dinner for tomorrow. So I'm just cutting up a cucumber, I'm cutting up onion, I'm just basically creating a Greek salad. This is like one of our favorite go-to easy meals. Work weeks are crazy and it's easy to get overwhelmed. So if I could just take, again, the thought process out of what we're going to eat tomorrow by planning ahead tonight, then it just makes the work week a little bit better. And then, like I said, while I was creating our simple Greek salad, Mike whipped up a dinner. Linguine and clams, so good. And of course, we're going to have a glass of wine to just chill and relax and enjoy our Sunday night. I went in the fridge and I realized that our spinach was expiring, so I figured I would just cook up a bunch of spinach to have kind of cook this tonight, and this could just be a reheatable side that we eat with any of the meat that we're going to eat for the next couple of days. So again, just thinking ahead. And then as always, I like to go to bed with a clean kitchen so that when I wake up in the morning, I don't come downstairs to make my coffee in the midst of clutter. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please be sure to let me know what it is you would like to see from me going forward. Do we like productivity vlogs? Do you like seeing this sort of side of me, just like the obsessive compulsive planner who doesn't let herself sit down for 5 minutes? I definitely need a healthier balance in my life personally. I am working on it, but this has been just who I am for as long as I can remember, and I feel like a good dose of this might be helpful for those of you who struggle to start or those of you who struggle with consistency. I hope that you found this vlog helpful. But I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I really, really hope to see you in my next one.